Hey guys, Zeta Lasfa here with another podcast. This podcast I'm joined with a special guest. His name is Peter. He is ethnically from Ghana and he is born and raised in Zurich, Switzerland. So I talked to Peter. He shares with me his experience over nofap and his perspective on life in Switzerland. So guys, enjoy the show. And I'll let you jump right in. Hello, Peter. Welcome.
Hello.
Well,
Hello. How are you doing?
very well, man. Very well. How are you?
I'm fine. God's grace, I'm fine.
Excellent. That's excellent to hear. You're in, I believe you're in Switzerland. Is that right?
I'm in Switzerland. I'm in Zurich, a place called Copenhagen.
Oh, right. Yeah.
In Zurich.
It's quite late. I'm in Ukraine at the moment. It's 2 a.m. It's quite late over there as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's now it's 1:30 in Zurich. But I don't sleep so much like I used to. But yeah.
Yes, same here. Yeah, my sleeping patterns are sometimes a bit off, but I like to start the day early. If you start the day
Yeah, absolutely.
if you start the day right,
Yeah.
you have a good day.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
early bird.
Come again? Sorry, say that again.
The early bird.
Gets the worm. Yes, the early bird gets the worm. Very true. Very true. I'll just introduce you, Peter. I met you through Instagram. I'm going through the nofap community because what the show is about is talking about removing addiction, and I'd like to move on to talk about how our society is so addicted to dopamine and gratification and how we got that way. And I love the nofap community because I've been part of it since 2016, and I think it's just a bunch of guys that are trying to wake up and trying to improve themselves and unplug from the addictions. So
You know,
tell me about your journey
um,
and to nofap.
when my brother, my older brother advised me to start the no fap journey, and I thought to myself, no man, every evening at 11 or 12 o'clock, I used to masturbate. That was the thing which helped me to sleep, Masturbation helped me to sleep. So every time at 11 o'clock in the evening, I used to masturbate, and that would help me to sleep. And then my brother advised me to try and start this.
Yeah.
Try and start this journey. So I did try it, and the first 3 days it was hell. At 11 or at 12 in the night, I didn't know what to do because that's normally my masturbation time.
Yeah.
I was lying in bed, and I think I had to cut my hands off because I wanted to masturbate so bad.
Yeah.
But now I'm on the day 20, and it's going so well. Because before, I didn't have the courage to go and speak to women. I didn't have the courage to interact with other people. But since I stopped masturbating, I have the courage to go and speak to people. I feel more energetic, more in peace with myself, and yeah, it's one of the best things I've done in my life.
That sounds great, man. That sounds good, and you sound great. Like just talking to you, you sound like you do. Like you have a lot of energy. You have a good flow to you, and that's what I want to talk about. Like the superpowers. So you experienced the nofap superpowers at the beginning of your journey.
Yeah, but the beginning, I must tell you, the beginning was so hard. The first 3 to 5 days in the evening, it was so hard. But I want to encourage everyone to try it because for me, it really did change my life. Because now, when I see a girl, and I like, or when I see someone I like to talk to, I go up to them and talk to them. Before, I was the shyest guy in the room. I would never go and talk to a girl. But now, without masturbation, with that thing gone, I have now the courage to go up to a woman which when I think she's nice and speak to her. That's a big step.
Yeah, man, it's definitely comforting. You know, there's so many, growing up in my 20s, there was so many pick-up advice, like how to talk to women, how to like say this, say that. And it never worked. None of it ever worked. It would always fall through. And, when I was 26, I started nofap, and I was so shocked. I never needed to think of what to say or how to say it. It was just instinct. Everything was just natural.
Exactly. That's why I want so many people to hear this podcast. I want them to try this journey, to try to stop masturbating. In the first 4 to 5 days, it will be very, very hard. But if you pull through, I'm now on the day 20. If you pull through, it's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? You were talking about how like masturbating to go to sleep. I remember I used to read articles that would promote this stuff on the internet. They would say, if you're feeling stress, masturbate before you go to bed, or masturbation is healthy and that it protects you from prostate cancer. There was so much scientific articles that was promoting it. So, being a young, gullible young guy, I just believed it, and that's the path I went down.
Yeah, that's so, because by me it's like that. At 11, 10 o'clock, when I used to masturbate, I could sleep so quickly. So when I stopped masturbating, I was up all night, and I was like, my body was telling me something is missing. You have to masturbate. But yeah. I pulled through. I didn't do it, and now I'm happy that I'm on day 20 and I'm still going strong. Now I must say it's not difficult anymore. After day 10, it's not difficult anymore. I don't even have the urge to masturbate.
Yeah, excellent, man. I'm so happy for you. What do you feel like? What do you feel like helped you the most? What was it? Just sheer willpower that made you stop? Or was there something that you felt worked for you?
It was willpower, and it was also the realization that I was going up to girls and talking to them. Because before I couldn't do that, and after, like, let's say day 6, I went to a girl and I talked to her, and she gave me her number, and that also changed something in me. That changed something in me that what I was doing is positive, because I see that since I stopped masturbating, I'm more confident, and confidence is key.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I want to talk about what's your perspective on the women, and what is it like in Switzerland?
What do you mean exactly, perspective about women?
I mean, like, throughout my journey, I guess, when I entered nofap, I was finally attracting women. Like, before, I would attract the odd woman, but I started to attract more women, and I started to interact with them. Yeah, and then I started to realize that it's not me. Like, my whole 20s, I used to think it's me, I'm too shy. I don't have enough, back hair. I don't know. Like, I was just always thinking, it's me. But then I started to realize, I was like, there's something wrong with the women here. I'm talking to these women, and even though I'm a cool character now, and I feel like I have the nofap energy and charisma, the women have a lot of insecurities, You know, you
Yeah,
start to notice that more. Do you start to notice that more and more with the modern day woman and yeah, tell me about that.
yeah, I think since I stopped that nofap thing, I have more contact with women, better contact with women, that's for sure. But I also feel like um, since women like men which take control, of their lives.
Yes.
And when you stop masturbating, that shows that you can control yourself, and that attracts women also a bit here in Switzerland. So I also have that opinion that I have more contact with women since I stopped that. No, since I started that no fap journey.
Yeah, exactly. That's great, man. What's your experience? Have you have you started to like what's your intentions? Do you look to find a girlfriend, get
So,
married,
and
get go on some
I'm
dates?
now, I'm now, sorry that I interrupt you, but I'm now 25 years old. I have a lot of things going for me, so I just want to, for one, girls, women and girls are very expensive. So
Yeah.
for 1 to 2 years, I just want to be a single, enjoy my life, and then maybe with 26 have a real girlfriend, have a wife, and settle down. But now, 25, I just want to be single, because, yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. You finally found something that's helped you interact, and it can be fun, man. It can be fun. When I remember when I first entered my journey into nofap, it's like you entered a new reality where you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about talking to women. You can
yeah,
actually enjoy the experience. Um,
that's so true. That's so true.
but coming from I was born in Australia, and
Okay.
coming from
Nice.
coming from that society, I just found, I live in Ukraine. I find that it's a completely different mentality. Uh, that being that the women are a lot more masculine in Australia. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
they're a lot more career driven, um, empowered, so to speak. I find that the Western society promotes the women to be more masculine and not want to
Okay.
get married, or not want to try to
Change.
not try to use not try to enter a relationship as a partnership. Where in Ukraine,
Okay.
the experience in Ukraine, I find that the women, they literally get married 20, 21 here, like in their peak
Yeah.
beauty, they get married.
Yeah.
Where over there, I find that
Yeah.
they just want to have fun, go nightclubs, get
Well,
attention.
also from my perspective, never want to get married because I feel like that's just for the woman. I don't think that marriage is a good solution for a man because if the divorce comes, then the man will suffer more than the woman, and that's why I have a different perspective on marriage.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, that here, let's say in Switzerland, women which come from Balkan or from Albania, from that area, they also settle down pretty fast. They
Ah,
marry with 20, they have kids with 23, they also do things pretty fast.
yeah, yeah. So is that what is that in the villages? Like, is that the countryside?
No, I mean the people which live in Zurich, but are from Albania. You know the
Ah,
country Albania.
yeah, right, okay. Oh, right. So
They also settle down pretty quickly,
yeah,
marry with 20 20 and have kids with 22 or
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because, the thing about a man is that no man, like, we have no value. Like, our body don't give us any value. Like, my body, like, it don't have the same attraction level as a woman, It doesn't have the same value as a woman.
Yeah.
But the value in a man is that, our value potential increases as we get older. And so, we're like an investment, right? Like if you invest in a man, he's able to increase in value over time. But a lot of women, they're not willing to make the investment. They're not willing to.
The women which Conor McGregor.
They want Conor McGregor. Is that what you said?
No. Do you know Conor McGregor?
Yeah, the UFC fighter. Yeah.
Yeah. The woman with his wife, which he has now, she helped him when he had nothing, grow up and be successful. They did it all together.
Yeah. That's
Those women don't exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's a rare find. Exactly. I mean, it's true, and it's like I don't like to make this show about like just shitting on women. I just think it's more about the society has become so self-centered and all about their own gratification. Everybody like us men have been addicted to masturbation. The women, on a sense, have been addicted. They're getting addicted to almost attention and ego gratification. Do you see that on Instagram? Do you see like a lot of them addicted to the attention and the gratification of many strange men?
I cannot speak too bad about Instagram because I myself to put pictures on Instagram and have also things like that on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I guess it's just gratification. Like everybody's just so addicted. I guess if we all lived in a society where it was a less about ourselves and more about helping each other, I guess the world would work a little better. But what are you gonna do, right? That's
But also, Jesus gives me very much strength to go through the day, and I would advise you also to try and believe in Jesus because with Jesus everything is possible.
Yeah, man, that's great. I'm so glad that you're a believer. That's so good. I'm a believer too. I went from atheist to Christian, and then I went from Christian to Muslim, and I studied the religions, and I found Islam was the best religion for me. But I believe, it's better to be a believer than a non-believer, especially in these times.
That's sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So were you born Christian, or is that something that you...
I was born Christian. I was raised in a Christian family.
Right. Where are you from? Where's your family from, ethnic-wise?
My parents and all my ancestors are from Ghana. You know Ghana?
Ghana in Africa, yes. Yeah.
West Africa, yeah.
Nice. So your parents were born there?
My parents were born there, yeah.
Right.
And then, yeah.
So you speak 2 languages? Is that your native language?
English and German, yeah.
Well, you must speak 3 languages. You must speak English, Swiss, German, and Ghana, the language of Ghana.
Yeah. It's called three. It's called three. But I don't speak it all too good. I understand it better than I speak it.
That's true. Oh, okay, true. That's you're similar to me. My parents are Syrian Arabic, and
Okay.
I can understand it and I can speak it, but it's very embarrassing to speak to someone that speaks it well.
Yeah. That would
Yeah. It's interesting, man. What do you think? I wanted to ask you. This will be the last question, and then we'll wrap up the show because I know you told me you didn't have a lot of time, Peter. So, what do you,
It's 2 o'clock here.
yeah. It's 3 here. What are we doing
Two
away?
o'clock today.
Huh? Sorry?
3 o'clock.
Yeah. 3 a.m.
Okay.
Um, I was gonna ask, what do you think of the like? What do you think about the future? Well, what do you think about like the future and talk about what's happening with coronavirus and the quarantines and yeah, the relationship between man and woman. Like discuss what do you feel how do you feel the future's heading for our children and the generations to come?
Also in Zurich, I could say that the generation which is coming up is spoiled. They are having sex on the age of 10 years when they are 10. When I was 10, I was playing with Nintendo, and now 10 years old people are talking about having sex, and that's just crazy. And about Corona, I feel that they will have an injection. And then 4 minutes now. Yeah. Yeah. Someone just came in my door. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah. I feel like the generation is gets spoiled because they talk about things which they shouldn't talk about in their age. But I feel about the coronavirus, I think the coronavirus soon we'll get an injection, and then we can have fun again with our friends. We can have fun again with the people outside, and then enjoy again our lives. That's what I hope and what I think about the coronavirus.
Well, are you going to take the injection? Are you going to take the vaccination if it's available?
I'm not so sure if I'm going to take it. I need to first, I need to do my research first before I take it.
I think we need to wait. Use other people as guinea pigs. We see how it goes for
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
If they grow another arm or leg, don't take it. But if it's okay.
Exactly.
I heard, there was a story they were doing some vaccination testing in Brazil, and a man died.
What is vaccination testing?
Yeah, they were testing the vaccine in Brazil, and I believe a man died, and they literally swept it under the rug as him having a heart condition. So, yeah, it's not good. But you are religious. Do you feel like it's starting to become more apparent that there's evil in this world? Do you feel like it? Do you feel like that the coronavirus might have been manufactured by evil people who own a lot of money? Do you believe in the conspiracy theories that are going around?
I believe in some conspiracy theories, but I don't like to get too close to that because I don't like to think about things which I cannot affect. I don't like to dwell on things which I cannot affect. Even if this all is a conspiracy theory, what can I do about it? I cannot change it. So I don't like to talk and think about stuff like that because it's something I cannot change. I like to think about things I can change and which I can use, but things which I cannot change, it's no need for me to think about those things. But I'm sure that the government has done many things which were not clean, but it's not my duty to speak about that.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to change the world. How can one person change the world? It's extremely difficult. But I do believe, good and evil exists out there. And, if you want to change the world, maybe it's just about just being good yourself. So if everybody's good, then you make the world less evil. And the evil people are less likely to succeed. But that's for the future. Only God knows, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was a great show.
Also,
Thanks for chatting with me. I'm so glad I got to
thanks.
experience.
And when the podcast is out, can I have a link or something so I can
Yeah,
send it to my friends
absolutely,
so they can check it out?
absolutely. I do. I upload it to YouTube, SoundLink, and my website. So I'll send you the link. And please, man,
You
please.
just send me the link and we'll see.
Please, I'll send you the link and please share it with your friends and
I will.
if your friends want to be on the
God bless
show,
you, man.
yeah, God bless you.
Bye.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
We'll do another show for sure.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Alright, thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Great guy. Great guy. Still very I feel like he's still very young. I remember being in that phase in my life, so it's I feel like he's in that phase of his life where he's still he's discovered the nofap superpowers, and now because once you discover it, it can be a fun reality where you have this new skill and you have this new life and new energy to go out and meet people and attract women. Attracting women can be fun. But I guess what happened in my life is that you attract the women, but then often the women can be a sad reality because it's still you're missing something deep. You're missing a deep intimacy that your heart desires. Like every man and every woman has a will in their heart for love, and it can be fun, like talking to new women and talking to people and attracting them and feeling attractive from a stranger, but it's nothing like that deep intimacy from having a wife, having someone to share your life with. And the sad thing is it's very hard. I feel sad for the men and the women today because it's so hard. The men, how do they create good enough incomes? A lot of the time they can't in this capitalistic society. It's overly competitive, and it's just not enough to sustain a family or buy a house or do anything like that to provide security to a woman. And even the women today, they're competing with the men in the provider role. So the men can't even provide. They can't even have the value of providing. They're completely valueless. And so the women, and then you have the women who, they just, it's hard for them to tell them to, just step back and not take all the value and just, be supportive and submissive to a man and, have children and marry at a young, early age in your peak years of beauty, so the man has, a motivation to look after you and provide for you. So how do you tell the women that? A lot of them are brainwashed by this empowerment movement, and so it's so hard to actually, for the young men and women today to actually feel their heart desire for deep intimacy and love. So man, good luck to this guy Peter. He's a cool guy. He sounds like on a similar journey I was in the past, and I hope he finds everything he's looking for in life. And that was so cool to talk to him. And it's so cool for you guys to be on the show. And I'll see you on the next one.